We are live.
Yo,
Yay! The
so
Switch came.
nonchalant, just yay.
The Switch came out. I'd rather just be playing Breath of the Wild.
You bastard.
I
You're not playing that game without me. I'm heading over there one day.
I know you are. You can come over to my place and we can play some 1-2 Switch. Because that
No.
game's that game's pretty fun for its own rights.
Oh yeah, but you know what's gonna happen before then, right? We're gonna
What?
play Smash.
Smash Brothers for the Switch when that happens. Whenever that
Yeah,
is.
there is no. There isn't gonna be any pass going on here. No. You're getting smashed.
Or are you
Get
getting
it?
smashed? Hmm?
Hmm.
Hmm?
This is a possibility.
So yeah, over these past 3 weeks actually, since we didn't do a podcast this week, because this week the Switch came out and I got my Switch. Well, here's the controller anyway. I actually just have Breath of the Wild load up on my TV right now, and I'm probably just gonna immediately go back to playing it after this podcast. I might even just start playing it during the podcast.
Holy shit, dude.
But I got the Nintendo Switch. I got the controllers, you can see. I also got a second set of Joy-Con controllers, but they're the neon colors.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, neon blue and neon red.
Nice. Red versus blue.
I've got a Pro controller, which I got at launch. And I got this when I got Breath of the Wild, because I got the special edition, which include a Sheikah tablet from the game, which holds 12 games, the Switch itself, and an extra area which I'm using for extra Joy-Cons. So it's a really nice design, and I'm really glad I got the Breath of the Wild special edition. And speaking of which, I would like to point this out, which you might have seen me talk about this on Twitter, but let me grab this.
Ever since I started following you.
So this is the box the Switch came in.
Right.
As you can see, kind of compact.
Yeah.
And this is the box Breath of the Wild came in.
What the hell?
There might be a subtle size difference. Only
Subtle.
Only a
I would
subtle.
not call that subtle.
Just sub butt. But let me put everything back on their shelf. And then the Master Edition of Breath of the Wild is even larger because it has to hold that statue, which is all the more crazy.
I keep finding this image of like I keep finding this image where it's like, okay, well here's the doctor. He's got 2 hearts. And then there's a link at the bottom saying good for you.
Yeah.
It's like, god damn it.
Alright. As for stuff I got with the Switch... Well, I guess maybe I should show the Switch itself. That might be a thing to do. Because, first, to get you up to speed on the Switch if you're not familiar with it, with the controller, you can do this. And let me just go grab my Switch, which is slightly off camera. And then you've got a Switch with you, and you can play on the go.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
So, quite possibly one of the first hybrid consoles, which means now I'm going to play Breath of the Wild on this while we do the podcast. Anyway, as for
you're gonna get smashed, dude.
I'm so ready for Smash to come out on the Switch. As for the Switch's design itself, as you can see, it's a It's a tablet. It's got a nice kickstand back here, so you can prop it up.
Right.
So that way, like, you can set it up, and then you can play something like, I played some Super Bomberman R with some friends the other day, so we just had it propped up, which that was fun. As for the games I got with the Switch, I got 4 games in total. I got Breath of the Wild, obviously. Super Bomberman R, obviously. I also got Snipper Clips, which is a puzzle game where the idea is, like, you cut shapes into your teammate and you use that to solve puzzles. It's a really solid puzzle game. I play it with a friend of mine and we went through the first 2 worlds together. Really fun.
Damn.
It's $20 on the eShop, and I think it, as of right now, it is worth those $20. There's even a 4-player mode, which I'm curious to find out what that's like. And then 1-2 Switch, which is basically the tech demo for the Switch, but did not come with the Switch, as I have said many times in the past, even though it really should have. But for a laugh, 1-2 Switch is actually pretty good. Like, some of the mini games are really fun. Like, the first one I played was Quick Draw. So there's basically an announcer, like, you have your guns holstered, aka the Joy-Cons, and the announcer's basically like, ready. And then the moment he says fire, you have to hold up your Joy-Con and then press the button while it's pointing at your opponent. First person to do
Oh.
it wins.
Dang. Yeah, you're probably gonna be faster at that than I am.
So, I played that with a friend of mine, and so it basically, after you finish the minigame, it will show you how quick each player reacted to I believe it is a 1,000th of a second.
Oh my god.
Second try, we got a draw. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
It
Get
was
my ass kicked.
But there's a lot of, like, there's some really weird mini games in there. There's a boxing one which is pretty good, which is basically the announcer says either like you gotta throw a straight punch, you gotta throw a hook or an uppercut, and first person to throw the corresponding kind of punch gets a point. And then you have weird ones like one where you have to milk a cow.
Right.
There's a huge variety of things in there. Like, oh wait. Let me actually just load up 1-2 Switch really quick. Well, first I should probably save my progress in Breath of the Wild. So I'm just gonna try to get 1-2 Switch loaded up to just show what all the mini games are called, at least. Progress saved. And also, this gives me a chance to show what cartridges look like. If you've seen Vita cartridges, they basically look like that. Like, here's the Switch cartridge for Breath of the Wild.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it's pretty small. And
That's like that's tiny.
And the thing that everybody's making a big deal of is that Nintendo Switch cartridges taste terrible. Thank you, people.
What?
And then, of course, immediately after, everybody tastes them. Alright, I'm loading up 1-2 Switch now.
Yeah, this is fucking tasty shit.
I think I even saw a few Switch cartridges photoshopped onto a box of cereal. Okay, I just... 1-2 Switch just load up. So, let's see what all these mini-games are. Oh, it's got a... I have to go through this whole setup thing. But, yeah, Switch is pretty good, and there's not that many games in here as of right now. There will be more games later, obviously. So, I will be looking forward to those. Like, you can also get Shovel Knight. That was in our launch title.
Shovel Knight seems like it's a really good game.
Shovel Knight's pretty sweet.
I haven't played it before. No, please don't kill me.
I mean, there's better games out there, but Shovel Knight's still a really solid game. And then as for games that are coming out in the future, I think not that long after I get back from Boston, because I'm heading to Boston next week. The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth comes out on the Switch, which is nice. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe comes out on the Switch at the end of April. I'm still gonna be looking forward to what is it? Uh, Skyrim. That's it. Skyrim coming to the Switch, and then of course,
Oh, that's gonna be one hell of a,
Super Mario
of a day.
Odyssey. Okay, I also have 1-2 Switch, so I'm gonna go through these mini games in order and just say what they're called. There's Telephone, Ball Count, Zen, Treasure Chest, Milk, Safe Crack, Quick Draw, Samurai Training, Sneaky Dice, Signal Flags, Soda Shake, Shave, Joy-Con Rotation, Table Tennis, Baby, Fake Draw, Baseball, Eating Contest, Beach Flag, Wizard, Sword Fight, Boxing Gym, Plate Spin, Copy Dance, Runway, Air Guitar, Dance Off, Gorilla, and that's all of them. There's also Team Battle and a Shuffle mode.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's a few weird ones in there. Oh, and just as a size comparison, since I currently have the Joy-Cons detached, this is the Switch without its Joy-Cons. It's very tiny.
Wow. It's like a tablet.
Yeah, it's basically a tablet. You know, just
Fucking
surf
hell.
the internet on your Nintendo Switch.
It's time to watch gratuitous amounts of porn on my new Nintendo Switch.
Speaking of new features of the Switch, well, this is new for Nintendo consoles, but it has been on the previous PlayStation and Xbox consoles. There is a share button on the left Joy-Con, which takes a screenshot, and then you can post it to Twitter or other forms of social media. Some people might have noticed that I posted a picture to Twitter from Snipper Clips when I was playing that with my friend, where we basically glitched out the game and had an egg floating in midair. And I'm just like, that's some good ass physics.
Great, yeah, great game design, guys.
Yeah. Eh. Then again, it wouldn't be me if I wasn't glitching games, so. Yay. Yay. But because of its compactness, I just take it to school now as well. So I just can have it with me, and I can just continue playing Breath of the Wild like during lunch or something.
Right.
So I think I've talked about the Switch for long enough.
Hmm.
So do you want to talk about what you've been doing these past 3 weeks?
Oh man, games, and more games. I've actually been writing stories more than I've been gaming.
Ah.
Um, in terms of games, though, I've recently gotten back into playing a game called Defiance and Ruby Grim Eclipse. My favorite character in Ruby Grim Eclipse, and I'm gonna be like real with like everyone here. I love Blake. Like I've loved Blake's character. Playing as Blake in the game, her attacks are they're not precise, but what they are is they're more rounded out. They're kind of like they slash in kind of like an arc, and that makes it really easy to get a target up into the air and then finish him with a with one of her special attacks, which I think is really nice, especially when you're dealing with stuff like Beowulfs.
Anything else that comes to mind?
Apart from that, Defiance, I'm really liking the way it's going down because with the way I have it right now is it's kind of like a free roam third person shooter MMO, which I really think is nice. You can have four powers, which are called ego powers: blur, overcharge, decoy, and cloak. And you can probably tell what all those do. Overcharge increases your damage by a specific amount. Um, Decoy deploys a holographic decoy in your image that distracts enemies and draws enemy fire. Cloak basically turns you invisible for a certain amount of time, and, well, Blur basically makes you, well, a blur. You can move at faster speeds for a short period of time. As for in terms of games content, I really think the the factions in the different areas, and the way you can earn their reputation and get their special weapons is really nice. And even though the game seems dead now, I really think that with enough people, you could really revive that game into what it used to be. It's not like the show, but you know.
Alright. Shall we go on to news?
Sure, why not?
Games of Gold games have been announced for March. So, for all month of March, you can get Layers of Fear on Xbox One. So, we are currently in said time frame. From the second half of March to the end of the first half of April, you can get Evolve on Xbox One.
Evolves like stage 2.
Evolve. I just said Evolve. Now, this one I know you'll be interested in, because the first half of March on Xbox 360 and Xbox One, you can get Borderlands 2. Too bad you don't have an Xbox 360 or an Xbox One.
You let me through that door, and I will then. I'm gonna steal your Xbox, is what I'm saying. No,
At that point, you just steal my 3 copies of Borderlands for Xbox 360.
You'll contact me on Skype one day, and you're like, "All right, give it back."
It does sound like the kind of thing I do. And the second half of March, you can get Heavy
you're not having
Weapon.
any of my shit. Heavy weapon?
Heavy Weapon. My weapon is very heavy. While I'm at PlayStation Plus games for March. For PlayStation 4, you can get Disc Jam, which, from what I've heard, is something like Windjammers, which is a game that I was interested in. Like, I've seen Windjammers played, and it looks really cool. You can also get Tearaway Unfolded for PS4, which is probably still sitting on my shelf. Yep, I can see it right now.
GG.
For PlayStation 3, you can get Under Night in Birth and Earth Defense Force 2025. Earth Defense Force I've heard pretty solid things about, because I know someone who has streamed Earth Defense Force even.
Nobody's supposed to know.
For PlayStation Vita, you can get Severed, which I have it on Xbox One, but haven't played it yet. Or is that Severed? No, that's Unravel I'm thinking of. Never mind. And you can get Lumo for PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 4.
Wait, hold on. Say that last part.
You can get Lumo for PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 4.
I've heard a lot of good things about Lumo.
Okay. The other tab I have here of news, Pokemon Go has finally released the rest of the Generation 2 Pokemon. Breath of the Wild got an expansion pass that you have to purchase to, like, a season pass, essentially. So, immediately, 3 treasure chests will become available to open up in Breath of the Wild. I know what 2 of them contain. One contains a Nintendo Switch shirt for Link to wear. And another one contains a Twitch shirt for Link to wear. But later on, you're going to be able to get a extra dungeon and an extra storyline from the season pass.
Am I the only one that thinks Breath of the Wild is Breath of the Wild's customization for Link's appearance is going to become the new TF2?
I don't really think so, because, like, it's not just customizing Link's appearance, first of all. It's also, like, adjusting stats. Like, the current gear I have on Link, for example, in my file for Breath of the Wild, gives him cold resistance, because
You
that's...
mean you already started?
Yes, I already started. I've been playing non-stop for the past 2 days. I was up till 4 in the morning yesterday, playing Breath of the Wild.
4 in the fucking morning. What
Yes.
the hell?
Yes.
we.
Anyway, yeah,
uh,
so in the summer, the Cave of Trials and a hard mode are are going to be released, along with an upgrade to the map. And during the holidays is a new dungeon and a new story.
I'm really hyped for Breath of the Wild. Even though I know I can't get it, I really would like want to play it one day.
It's, I saw this on Twitter, but it's kind of comedic how long it takes for Breath of the Wild to reload after pressing the home button on the Wii U. It takes a good 20 seconds or so.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Holy shit!
that's like a while.
That's a design flaw.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think they focus more so on getting it onto the Switch, but if they didn't port Breath of the Wild to the Wii U, people were going to get angry considering how long they've been talking about how there's going to be a new Zelda game for the Wii U. And if they just moved it to a Switch exclusive, people were going to get angry. But at the same time, if they, like, going along with what they did, that also might, like, drop Switch sales because, like, the main selling point for the Switch as of right now is, without a doubt, Breath of the Wild. But you can
Mhm.
also get it on the Wii U. So, there is that. So I think it's just a case of Nintendo shot themselves in the foot, but I think it looks like it'll work out pretty well regardless, because Nintendo Switch still sold really well. Uh,
Holy shit!
I also just realized how much of this information I've written down is outdated because this podcast was intended to happen last week. Because the next one I have is the Nintendo Switch is getting a midnight release, which that has already happened. But what Best Buy did apparently was, like, if this is true, what Best Buy did with the Switch is really funny because for their midnight release, they distributed Switches early, but
Right.
people couldn't open them or leave the store with them until midnight.
Damn.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I got mine from GameStop though, so I only heard about this.
I wonder if you'd be able to put this image on the. You know what? No.
No,
No.
just no.
No, because I know it probably it would trigger someone.
They're
It's a
also
bad Breaking Bad pun.
prior to the Switch's release, there were some unboxing and user interface videos, but of course that's kind of irrelevant now that it's out to the public. So let's move on to things that aren't Switch related for once. Steam Greenlight is being shut down
Why?
because I think Steam just realized that all Steam Greenlight is there for is for people to rush out a game onto the market and have it be a subpar quality game. So they shut it down for that reason to try to have more quality games.
Quality over quantity, as they say.
And I don't know what exactly Steam Direct is, but it sounds like that's what's replacing Steam Greenlight. And
Steam Effect.
yeah,
Does that sound familiar? It sounds familiar to me. I don't know why.
I don't know. And the last bit of other news is Danganronpa V3 has gotten a Steam announcement. So it will be coming to Steam, much like its two predecessors. And the last set of news I have is the NIS press conference. So NIS gave a press conference about a bunch of games, 19 games in total, all of which are scheduled to be released in 2017. So there were... I basically divided up into 5 different sections. So we'll go through these one section at a time. The first wave of announcements where it was like a warm-up round, and all of these are also going to be games coming to Steam. First one is Birthday's the Beginning, which will come out on May 9th, 2017 for PlayStation 4 and Steam. Psychopath's Mandatory Happiness, which comes out April 24th, 2017 on Steam. A Rose
Right.
in the Twilight, which comes out April 11th, 2017 for PlayStation Vita and Steam. Claudin Returns, This is Sengoku, which comes out June 6th, 2017 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, and Steam. Operation Abyss, Operation Abyss New Tokyo Legacy comes out March 27th, 2017 on Steam. Operation Babel New Tokyo Legacy comes out May 16th, 2017 for PlayStation Vita and Steam. Tokyo Tattoo Girls comes out in 2017 at a date to be announced for PlayStation Vita and Steam. Those were all announced in the first wave of announcements.
Hmm.
The second wave of announcements are for Nintendo systems. Had 3 games in it, which is Disgaea 5 Complete, which comes out May 23rd, 2017 for the Switch. I've got that on pre-order. Cordyceps Revolt, which comes out summer 2017 for Nintendo 3DS. And RPG Maker FES, which also comes out summer 2017 for Nintendo 3DS. I've also put down a pre-order for myself for RPG Maker Fez. Wave 3 of announcements is mainly PS4 and PS Vita games. So we got God Wars Future Past, which comes out March 28th, 2017 for PS4 and PS Vita. Actually, yeah, all these are basically PS4 and PS Vita except for 2. Touhou Genzo Wanderer comes out March 27, 2017, PS4 and PS Vita. Touhou Double Focus, March 21st, 2017 for PS4 and PS Vita. Touhou Kobuto V, Burst Battle, summer 2017 for PS4 and PS Vita. Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reloaded, March 14th, 2017 for PS4. And Danganronpa Another Episode Ultra Despair Girls comes out June 27th, 2017 for PS4. So at this point, that is 17 of the 19 games. The last 2 are special guest appearances. And I could go in order, but that would ruin the hype of all this. So let's start with the less hyped of these last 2, which is Suda51's appearance, which is saying a lot because I really like Suda games. But he was mainly talking about the Silver Case, which comes out the 18th of April for PS4. I mean,
Right.
I already had it on Steam because, thank you for that, Limited Run Games. But I might get it on PS4 as well.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah?
So I'm looking at this image here on Google Images, and it literally says this: the defibrillator toaster. My mom would be so annoyed. Every morning I would run into the kitchen screaming, "We're losing them! Beep 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 beep! Don't you die on me, damn it! Nurse, we need 12 cc's of cream cheese stat. He's bread, Jim. Time of deliciousness 7:15 a.m. If we don't restart his heart, he's toast. Jesus Christ, jam it! Daddy's in a better place now, kids."
Hey.
There's your pun of the day.
The final bit of news from the NIS press conference. Finally, at long last, Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony has gotten its release date, and it comes out September 26th, 2017 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, and Steam. My birthday!
What?
Danganronpa V3 comes out on my birthday, my 19th birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's giving me one hell of a birthday present.
Dude, I brought that up in a Discord server I'm in, and the first joke I see is I'm gonna be the first victim. Which makes me laugh. Your face slamming your desk was audible, by the way.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and one other thing that also just occurred to me that I didn't write down news, but it's worth talking about because how stupid it is. Clicker Heroes is coming to PlayStation 4. Why are you excited about Clicker Heroes of all things?
Because then I get to do this all day, every day.
PS4, not Steam.
I don't care. I can do this with buttons on controllers the same way I do on my mouses.
You don't own a PS4 though.
Shh. Nobody's supposed to know.
I mean, if you're really that desperate, you can just download Clicker Heroes on Steam. It's free.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Well, while you're
Mm.
going,
Mm.
another Switch-related fact I discovered: the peer-to-peer servers for at least Super Bomberman R and probably other online multiplayer Switch games are hot garbage. Like was I was playing Super Bomberman R with a guy on a stream, and holy fuck, did we get a whole lot of lag. Granted,
How?
Nintendo is not known for the best of online servers, but man, was it bad.
No, you can look to the PlayStation Network for that.
Oh, back when the PS3 online services were free? Don't even get me started on that.
Ugh.
Those were the dark days.
Those were the dark ages.
And apparently Konami, the developers behind Super Bomberman are fully aware of the problems that are happening with NetPlay.
Fully aware.
They they
Fully
post
aware.
they posted to Twitter.
Oh yeah, they can post to Twitter all they want. It's not. That doesn't mean shit unless you're actually working on it.
I didn't say they were working on it, I just said they were aware of the problem.
Ah, I
So,
see.
and I guess also to drive this point home, uh, with how expensive Switch Day was, which I'm apparently now calling Switchmas,
Oh jeez.
just to drive this point home, between the games I got and the games my mom got, since she got a Switch as well, we had to go to two separate stores, and in total, we got two Switches, we got two copies of 1-2 Switch, one standard copy of Breath of the Wild, one collector's edition copy of Breath of the Wild, one copy of Just Dance, one copy of Super Bomberman R, one Pro Controller, one extra set of Joy-Cons, one grip. It was a very expensive day.
Yeah. That much money being spent for only two game consoles. Well, I mean,
Only two game consoles, he says when he forgets that. Game consoles are usually a little expensive, but man, I feel really bad for a friend of mine at school yesterday. So,
what happened?
like, obviously I brought the Switch to school so that way some of my friends could try it out. Since I think one other friend of mine in my circle of friends got the Switch. So I brought it so people could play, during lunch I'd play 1-2 Switch, and I would play, we'd also play Bomberman. But there was a period of time where I'm basically just in a room alone, just doing work. And a friend of mine has a bus to catch, but he has to wait for a while, so he usually just hangs out there. So, like, I'm doing work, and I'm just like, okay, sure, you can go ahead and play Breath of the Wild while I'm doing work. So, he does that. But then, like, the person who watches over me and making sure I do work was dead convinced that my friend was distracting me from doing work. And, she was so, she really sounded like she had a stick up her ass about him being here. And, like, almost called administration and all that. Yeah, I think somebody might have been having an off day.
Just pause, just a little bit, just a little bit.
But it's like, can this is a console that came out at the time that it came out literally only a matter of hours ago. And of course he's going to want to try it. And I'm still doing work. He's not distracting me at all. How much of a stick can you shove up that asshole of yours?
The question isn't how much, it's how many.
How many? Yes. Very important.
Very important. We need to know this, children.
But I've learned
How many?
but through playing Breath of the Wild, I've learned a lot of different things about like
I'm
first
so
of all,
sorry. I'm going to
the
hell.
gliding in Breath of the Wild is really nice because you get a basically a hang glider that you can use to catch wind and glide around the world. There's also cooking, so you can hold a bunch of ingredients, throw them into a cooking pot, and cook a bunch of meals. And one thing that I thought was really cool is some of your weapons have a metal attribute. So, and one of the items you can get is flint. So, if you go to an unlit campfire, you drop the flint on the campfire and then hit that flint with your metal weapon, you will start a fire. And you can just start up a campfire like that. So, this game really just puts in a lot of various survival techniques. And it's also very, very large. Like, I'm sure a lot of people have heard that story before, but like, first of all, you can climb stuff now.
Oh my god. I
And
can climb trees now? Holy shit.
yeah,
I'm gonna make
you
a
can
tree
climb
house.
trees, you can climb cliffs, you can climb just about anything.
I can fulfill my childhood dream.
Yeah. So,
Making a tree house
so earlier
and falling
today,
out of it and dying.
so basically there's multiple different regions, and in each region there is a tower that you have to scale. And when you scale that tower, you basically fill in the region map. Only earlier today did I fill out the last of the region maps after playing the game constantly.
Oh, I'm just gonna say this. Sorry about the glare, guys. Honestly, I didn't think there would be that. There really isn't that much light out there. No one's shining a spotlight out here. It's just, I don't know. It's just glare.
It's just weird glare.
Yeah, no worry. It's just a lens flare
Hmm.
caused by the window. Totally.
So do you have any form of news to give?
I do have one piece of news to give, but I don't think it's that special. Um,
Might as well.
in So, from what I've noticed, I've been stalking around on YouTube lately, as does half of the American population and pretty much anyone else. Um, I was stalking around on YouTube the other day, and I found that the developer of Yandere Simulator
Oh, this
had,
story.
yeah, he had his game banned from
Yeah,
Twitch.
it's banned from Twitch, and like nobody understands why. Because
Right.
because like each instance of like stuff that will get your game banned on Twitch, there's other games that are like more in that area yet aren't banned on Twitch. For example,
Yeah.
new
There was a Conan game. There was a Conan game that I remember specifically having like full
I
blown nudity.
I'm just
I
gonna
don't go searching for this shit intentionally. I don't do this.
I'm just gonna really quick look up the Twitch ban list because I'm
Yeah.
curious.
So I'm
Uh,
just gonna explain. Um, so basically, Yandere Simulator was banned for a variety of reasons. One of which being that its previous versions that are now not in the current version of the game had previously been streamed on Twitch, which had violated Twitch's um, stream rules. And it's amazing how people haven't like taken down games like one of the Conan games for this, but I believe one of the violations was Titan mode in earlier versions of the game, where they would still have their skin, but they would have no genitals, no clear showing. And then in a later update, it was they were skinless.
mm-hmm.
But I
And
don't know. It's like it's like when they look at it, there's an implication of like the genitals or anything like that. And the thing with Twitch is they're very like they're very tense about these kinds of situations. But the fact that they haven't like noticed games that like the ones I've been saying before, it's stupid.
yeah, I also have
Anyways,
a I've got a list of the ban list if you want me to read that
yeah,
out.
go ahead. I'm pretty sure there's a Sakura game on there as well.
Oh yeah. Uh, the official first of all, any game that's gotten an official ESRB rating of AO is obviously banned.
Yeah.
And then after that, the prohibited games are as follows: 3D X Chat, Artificial Girl 1, 2, and 3, Artificial Academy 1 and 2, Battle Rape, BMX Triple X, Cobra Club, Criminal Girls, Dramatical Murder, Genital Jousting, Grezzo, Grezzo 1 and 2, Harem
Oh man.
Party, Honeycam Studio, Honey Pop, Kamidori Alchemy Meister, Negligee, Porno Studio Tycoon, Pure Into Ohuro, Perino Party, Radiator 2, Raplay, Rinse and Repeat, Sakura Angels, Sakura Beach 1 and 2, Sakura Dungeon, Sakura Fantasy, Sakura Santa, Sakura Spirit, Sakura Swim Club. Basically all the Sakura games.
Damn.
Second Life, Suck My Dick or Die, The Guide
What?
Game.
Hold on a second.
I'm reading
What?
I'm just reading the list, and this is what's coming up.
What the hell?
Yep, there is an actual game on here listed that says Suck My Dick or Die. While you're freaking out, I'm going to read out the remainder of these. Guy Game, The Main Rape Assault, Violent Semen Inferno, What's Under Your Blanket, Witch Trainer, and Yandere Simulator. And I think I killed him.
What the fuck are? What kind of people play these games on Twitch and expect not to get banned?
After your reaction, I am both am not curious to see what Suck My Dick or Die is actually like, but I don't want that.
Okay.
I do not want that
No,
in my search
stop
history,
it.
so no.
Please don't. 'Cause holy shit. What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm freaking out here. What the hell is this ban lit? Like, I'm glad fucking Twitch bans this shit. What the hell is this?
I don't know, but on that note, I think that brings our podcast to an end.
Yeah, please, for the love of God. Let's end on a good note, actually.
Well, what's your game of the week then? We'll end on that note.
You bitch. Defiance.
Defiance?
Defiance. It's a really high up, open world kind of third person shooter MMO, and I really recommend people go play it if they have the download space. It's like a 15 gigabyte download.
Yeah.
Still, it's worth it. Can I just say something to end off the Yandere Simulator
Alright.
thing?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, Yandere Simulator will not be unbanned from Twitch due to the game still being in development. So, Twitch has a fear of later updates violating its future laws and rules. So, they will think about. I think they might think about unbanning it once the game is finished, but that won't be for a long while. The good part about that is that after Yandere Div not having any response from Twitch for a few days after the game was banned, Twitch finally responds. They give them a list of reasons. Apart from that, Yandere Simulator has also received a partner, which I believe is called Tiny Box Games? Tiny Box Games? I'm sure. Hold on.
I've heard of
I'll
Tiny
look.
Box.
I cannot type on this. Tiny Box Games. Okay, well, anyways, they're the guys who are like backers for games like Hello Neighbor, and like I Want to Be the Guy and stuff like that. So they're currently backing Yandere Simulator as we speak. So they've got a partner. So it's really good. We are expecting to see better development and improvements in the game later on.
Alright. You gave your game of the week. My game of the week is kind of an easy call. Breath of the Wild. It was not a mystery to anyone.
Are you ready? You ready?
Am I ready for what?
To praise the sun.
Surprise, we're going offline. Goodbye, everybody.
Have a good night, guys.
Night.